Alright, Shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Karkadash, the honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and in sincerity, and the women and children who follow. So, I seen this on social media yesterday, and then they followed it up with a update to the story today. So we're gonna dive into this. Also have another article that's related to this, but on the local level. So with that being said, we're just gonna hop into it. It says this is from ESPN.com. It says FBI says rope had been in Talladega garage since October. It says Bubba Wallace not a victim of hate crime. So if you're not up to speed or don't know what happened, if you're not in the sports or whatnot, Bubba Wallace is the only black NASCAR driver. He came out a couple weeks ago and was like, we shouldn't have the Confederate flag flown at the races. So NASCAR ended up banning it, with everything going on with, George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter, this, that, and the third. So, they banned it. You had one race car driver who stepped down and basically said, if I can't have my flag, then I don't want to drive. He wasn't on in NASCAR though. He was on like a lower level, like AA NASCAR, if that makes sense. So they found a noose in his garage. So now they're saying that someone didn't just plant it there, that it's actually been there. So let's get into the article and see what it says. I want to see what it says as well. It says the FBI determined that NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace was not the victim of a hate crime, and that a pull rope fashioned like a noose had been on the garage door at Talladega's Super Speedway since as early as October. NASCAR said Tuesday. Who makes a garage pull door or a garage rope, that you raise the door with or whatnot, like a fucking noose? Who does that? Especially you in Talladega, Alabama. Whoever did that, that's not the first noose that they've, fashioned in their life. It says FBI reports conclude and photographic evidence confirms that the garage pull door, the pull rope fashioned like a noose, had been positioned there since as early as last fall. NASCAR said in its statements, "This is obviously well before the 43 teams arrival in garage assignment." He drives the 43 car, so that's why they're saying the 43 team. It says, "We appreciate the FBI's quick and thorough investigation and are thankful to learn that this was not intentional, not an intentional racist act against Bubba." It says, "We remain steadfast in our commitment to providing a welcoming and inclusive environment for all those who love racing." Now, even if this is true and, the news had been in the garage since October, why is that cool? Why is... And then really what it is through the spirit that he pulled that garage. Because, it's kind of random how they, give the garage assignments. And he ended up getting the one, ironically, with the noose in it. I don't personally, and this is just my opinion, I don't think it was a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. Everything is set up by the Most High. And not only that, I believe whoever set up those lane assignments or the garage assignments knew of the rope. Knew of the noose that was hanging there and assigned that to him. But, no proof. That's just me speaking as a man. It says Wallace, NASCAR's only full-time black driver, successfully pushed the stock car series to ban the Confederate flag at his venues less than 2 weeks ago. Let me see if there's anything else Uh, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of this article. Okay, so they're saying that the evidence is pretty clear or whatnot. It says the Wood Brothers racing team said of one of its employees informed the team that he recalled seeing a tied handle in the pool garage, and it's like in the pull down rope from last fall when NASCAR raced at Talladega in October. So you got people vouching for him, but man, at the end of the day, it's through the spirit, man, to rouse up, Jake, and that's the spirit of Esau. That's the spirit that man comes in, anyways. So that coincidence, I think not. You know. Then you got Wilbon. He's a coon, saying that he's glad that it was. You know. We just gonna go on to the next article. Okay, so let me see. So, like I said, this is a local article from here in Omaha. All right, it says employee fired after Noose found left on black colleague's chair at La Vista facility. All right, in Oriental Trading. A lot of people that I know work at Oriental Trading. If you know anyone in Omaha, everybody in Omaha knows somebody that work at Oriental. So let's play the video real quick.
And breaking at noon. You're getting out more, and Omaha's weather leader is here for you. Stay alert with the KETV News Watch 7 app, so you won't be surprised by this. Where you go, we go, with severe weather alerts that follow you. Download the KETV News Watch 7 app today. Oriental Trading Company confirms an employee found a noose at its facility in La Vista. Company says it launched an internal investigation immediately, filed a report with local law enforcement. Oriental Trading Company CEO says the company has fired the employee believed to be connected to that incident.
They won't release his name. That's the thing. They gonna fire him, but nobody, knows who the perp is. And obviously, if you doing stuff like this in hiding, it's wrong. So it is what it is. It's just like I said, stirring up them spirits, man. The white man is who the white man is. Jake is who Jake is, and we always gonna have these clashes together. And it's just, them showing them horns that who it is they really are. Okay, it says Sarpy County Sheriff Office informed KETV News Watch 7 that a noose was found on a black employee's chair at the La Vista location of the Oriental Trading Company. Officials said it happened within the past week. Let me see. It says, we're saddened and angered that a member of our Oriental trading family was recently targeted in a racial incident. We absolutely do not tolerate hate or racism in our company. After learning about this cowardly act, we immediately launched an internal investigation and filed a report with local law enforcement. After our internal investigation, we identified the individual responsible, and they are no longer employed by Oriental Trading. So let me ask you this, because everything is public records. Did he get charged? Did the person get charged? I guess that's my homework for the night. To see if anyone got charged with any hate crimes here in the city. So that's it. That's all you got, huh? That's all they got on it. This is a developing story. Stay with KETV for updates. Yes.
And breaking at noon, Oriental Trading Company.
Definitely stay tuned for some updates, because they ain't released no names. They trying to, by not releasing names, you protecting them. They bold enough to put a noose on somebody's chair. They should be bold enough to, accept the consequences that come with it. That backlash and that hate that's gonna come back against them. So we're gonna get a couple scriptures. This is Sirach 12:10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You can never trust these Edomites. You might got, a little tenor down the street that he's cool, or, you know, um, somebody that's your buddy at the workplace or something like that. But at the end of the day, you can't trust these motherfuckers. Accept them for what they are. You might have somebody that's quote cool, but just keep them at cool. Don't try to, make these your day ones. That's not what they for. That's not it. We're not for their turn. Okay, just like they ain't for us. All right, we got two different spirits, and our spirits is gonna collide. Okay, so this is Amos chapter 1 verse 11. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever." And to the day, he still got that anger. Okay, and it is prevalent, and it shows in these 2 articles. Because Bubba Wallace had to speak up to say, hey, look, that Confederate flag shit ain't cool, man. Take that shit out. And in the sport, listen, they did it. And you had racist people who are mad about it. Oh, if you think, we think that it stands for something else, or that's not what it's for, it's our way of life, and this, that, and the third. Well, your way of life is conducive of slavery. That's a whole entity that turned his back on America. Y'all so American, but y'all allow an enemy of America from within that waged war against America to keep slaves, and y'all allow their flag to be flown. But I guess you say freedom of speech or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. That flag represents a certain character or certain characteristics, and people know what it means. People know what it stands for, and I guarantee you, anybody that's waving that flag, they one of them all lives matter, and not a Black Lives Matter type person. But their wrath is gonna, or excuse me, their anger, like it says, did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Okay, so we always gonna have this hostility between us until the Most High comes back, and judges this place and puts us in our right positions. Okay, put us back on top and put them, on the bottom where they deserve to be. The elders shall serve the younger. All right, this is Isaiah 13. I'm gonna start at this whole chapter is good, but we're gonna get straight to the point. I'll start at 14. It says, "And it shall be as a chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land." Okay, so everyone's gonna flee into their own land. Everybody's gonna be with their own people in that day. That's how we see it in right now. You see black and brown getting together, or you see white people holding up together. The whole Karen movement. These Karens out here crying and screaming, people losing their jobs behind this. This is serious. It's a vibe out here that's you can feel it in the air. Okay? The tension is thick, you can cut it with a knife. It says, "Everyone that is found should be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword." And that goes both ways. Because if you a Jake and you riding with Esau, okay, when Esau get rolled on, he getting rolled on too. Okay? Or if you an Edomite and you got a lot of Jake friends, you that one wigger in the crew. Okay, when the so-called white man rained down and he see you with him, you getting killed too. That's just how it is. That's just how it rolls. All right, last precept we got. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'm I'm gonna start at 14. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, is getting close. It says, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay? One people fighting against another people. That's a race war. That's the times that we're coming into. That's the times that we're living in. And, you got Jake. Jake playing around. Jake want to, be in the club. Jake want to, jump fresh or, do all this, that, and the third. These Edomites been preparing for years. They've been in the range. They've been getting in shape. Jake, bad built bitches. All fat, flabbergasted ass bitches. But in all seriousness, a lot of Jake ain't ready. A lot of Jake ain't ready. And at the end of the day, this man's gift was the sword. So, if you ain't got Yahweh Shem Yahushai on your side, then it's going to be a bad ending for you. So, with that being said, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kadash, the bonus to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. Shalom.